Welcome back, everyone, to the Song of Waves and Wind, where last time we collected some scorpion ink and a bounty notice. And why do we need these rather strange things? Well, let's speak to Nangar and find out.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
Your assistance is welcome by all the elders now. Each prepares for the coming strife before our freedom. You have the ink and you have the writing example. Take those to Galame. He will write the letter to spark the fire to engulf our enemy and open the way to our freedom. All right. Then let's find Galame, who of course is the interpreter for the merchant, and he thus knows more than one language. Let's just say that. He appears to be at his usual post. Hello there.
This valley belongs to the Shagani, and no one else.
Galame studies the posting. I can match the writing, both in script and tone. However, I cannot match this papyrus. It is a finer craft than I have access to here in Jerush. Good fortune, though. North in Ambrul, there is a papyrus farmer named Sumer. The quality of her papyrus matches this posting. I expect the Odakai captains purchased it from her. Go to her and collect a sheaf of papyrus and return it to me. I can then pen a response that will incite the battle between the northern and southern encampments. All right. Very well. Back to our friend the papyrus farmer. Hello there. I was wondering if you have a sheet of papyrus that you could spare. We're trying to incite a riot within the Ordokai ranks.
It is a new day.
If we are to know freedom, we must band together. I cannot head south to aid the Kuti, but I can supply you with a small amount of my papyrus. Tell those who fight in the south, should we drive our enemy out first, they will have our swords. Should they prevail, I beg that they bring theirs to the north to aid us. And when we are free, I shall expect their patronage. Well, we can only hope. Thank you very much. It's not like there are a ton of papyrus farmers all over the place. Well, now, let us go and report. Will this do?
Is there something you need?
Sumer's papyrus is impeccable. When we are free of the Orchai and trade resumes in earnest, she will have my coin. Give me a moment, and I will pen a divisive letter to start a conflict. Galame works quickly and quietly, then hands the letter to you written in Orachin. Nagar will need to trust me. The letter carries more weight if it is in Orachin. I pledge on my life that these words will drive the captains to blows. Well, yes, I presume doing it in a different language is not going to be very convincing. Here is the letter, and it's written in Orachin.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
Trust. If I pass this letter to Amobi, and the words written by Galame are a warning to the Ordach, then we are all as good as dead. If I pass this letter to Amalibi, and the words written do incite the captains to violence, we may know freedom in my lifetime. My heart is heavy, and my mind swirls with myriad possibilities. Pineleaf, deliver this letter. I vouch for Galame. We will trust one another. All of us. Very well. Let us now speak to Alabi. Hello there. I have a letter.
What say you, traveler?
What is this, Pineleaf? I can't understand it. Nagar places his trust in a translator who served the Orachai? Can we be so sure that it is not some communication to doom us all? She closes her eyes. You utter one word in response. Trust. Trust? Yes. I trusted you, so I shall trust Galame. Really not nice if one of these people were able to read Orakan. I know.
Is there something you need?
Right now, it's interesting that any of them actually know how to read even their own language, considering what happened when we are at Amberil. Our liberation is at hand. This letter will draw the two captains into conflict that will weaken their number and provide us with the opening that we need to lay them low. Go to the encampment north of Jerush. Post this on the gates. Then take this horn. Find a place to hide and blow it. And wait for the reaction of the soldier who finds it. Then return to me with what you learned. Alright. Now it is time for trust. Setting the table? What a name for a quest. Now all I need to do is to post this letter. Well, let's go in here. Try this battle. There we go. Now, I know you'd think it'd be easier for me at the high ground. Oh well. Now let's head up in here. And post a little message and see what happens. Well, we can't have any witnesses, could we? And your turn? Okay, so now, where is a good place? Ah! This looks like a good place to post. Oh, well, we can't have any witnesses around here, could we? No. And now your turn? And both of you. Okay, with that done, now let's sneak up to here. That looks like a nice, suitable location for posting. Okay, we are nice and concealed. So let us blow the horn. Well, let's hope that incites some trouble. Well, back to the... Ooh. Let's get back to camp. The message has been posted.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
Nothing more than Jambahok's name? I don't understand what this means. I do not know what reaction that I expected, but our scouts say that there is no movement from either encampment. We have done all that we can. Please, accept this with my thanks. Return to me from time to time. Perhaps the anger will seethe and grow into something. Well, I guess we'll have to find that out at some point. Let's see. How about these?
This valley belongs to the Shagani, and no one else.
Whether you stay in Hudzagin or move onward, know that your efforts in our land will be remembered and spoken of, as is our tradition. For all that you have done here, I wonder, will you do more for the Shagani? To the east, in Imhilar, a warlord rises above the others. She presses the enemy at Kuranzar and consolidates forces to her banner like a warrior queen of old. She stirs the hearts of the oppressed, and I would go to her were I not pledged to avenge my fallen family. If you still seek to aid the Shigana, go east across the bridge of Donagir and find Numeru, first lieutenant to the woman who would unite us. He will welcome your aid. All right. So talk to Numeru. On what else?
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
Also, we hope that the response from Jambrock or Konder would be swift. Alas, both captains can consolidate their positions rather than risking further hostility. Their inaction creates unease. We could ask you to press our enemies harder and push for an all-out warfare, or we could seek out more allies. We chose the latter. We wonder if you would act as our emissary to the elves to the south at Shonith. They no longer speak to us, and we do not know why. Their last oasis lies far to the southwest, deep within the crags. Will you seek them out? Well, I might as well, considering that I'm supposed to be meeting Siglith there. So, I suppose it's finally time for me to head over to the oasis of the elves. Ah! I see that Siglith and the local leader have already met. Hello, Siglith.
This is Tharashil, and she is the leader of the Kintai who dwell here at the oasis of Shonith.
And she tends the grove. She has welcomed the two of us here so long as we disturb not her people. I told her that you met in Shanthar, warden of a grove to the northern Arambul, and she is interested to hear in how he fares. Okay.
I am called Tharashil, and it is true that I lead the Adurhit clan of the Kintai.
There were many more of us in years past. But now we move from grove to grove, seeking to forestall the encroaching decay and death that threatens them all. With our ministrations here, I hope to maintain Shonith against the spread of the dust sea that we all of the Kintai called Lasashar. It is good to hear that Shanthar remains at the grove that he tends, for he was a dear friend of me in years now gone, before the Orkai dried the river and spoiled the lands hereabouts. To understand our people, as your Eldar friend claims to desire, you must understand our work. I ask that you walk north, clear to the edge of the rise, and look over Shonith. Perhaps then you will see why we of the Kintai feel so strongly about the work to which we are called. So walk closer to the edge of the overlook and look out over Shonith. Okay. It's about here. It's always a tricky thing. Okay, the right place to walk. I think that should be a good place. Shonith is green and thriving, in stark contrast to the desert beyond the encircling rocks. Yeah. There is that.
Now you see the difficulty of our charge, friends.
The Kintai fight to preserve what we can amongst the waste, even as the circle of our influence grows ever smaller. Even the greenery that used to thrive now withers and dies, and the desert creeps ever closer. Much of this land was covered with a great forest in ages past, the emerald wood of Nizigim. The very oldest of my people cursed the name of the great enemy, Morgoth, whose servants hewed the trees and devastated the land, turning large tracts of the emerald wood into desert. But that was long ago, and those elders of my people have faded before my birth. The work of the Kintai helped to restore some measure of the emerald wood, coaxing life from the barren stones and ensuring it could live before they moved on. The Kintai became wandering people, moving from place to place, tending to the groves throughout the Shagana, but still they named the emerald wood of Nizigim their home. Stories of Nizigim's beauty seem now an impossible dream. When the empire of Ordok dried the rivers and came north, their invasion parched the land and caused a great drought that withered cropland and forest alike. A terrible blight befell the trees of Nizigim, turning them as hard as stone. The forest has now become the Aragim, the corpse holt, and we of the Kintai now name ourselves the Avbar Kintai, the elves without a home. That has not changed our mission, friends, but like others who dwell in these lands, we accept whatever help we may be offered. If you will bring a sand sifter meat and bird feathers from the creatures of Kudzagin, you will help the Kintai with their efforts. There is a coffer amongst the pavilions north of the water in which you may leave the items that you gather for us. So I need to gather sand sifter meat and bird feathers. Okay. And of course there's also the vector quest here, seeking more aid.
Is there no end to our travels?
We know the plight of men who dwell in the wastes of Kudzagin. I cannot pledge to any cause of man, not while we struggle to maintain what little we can of the natural world. Do you not see the horror growing all around you? Do you not see that this is the last vestige of us in this world? No. We struggle to live our own lives. We can spend no effort to aid these men. Ooh, well. So what can we do?
How can I bear this pain?
Our fate lies here in this oasis. Once our number cover this region with splendor and wonder, we will not fade without trying to restore what we lost. To the northwest, there is a remnant of one of our oases. The desiccated trees appear dead. They are dormant. Some seeds still live. Where once we walked, our keepsake remains. If you would collect some of the long sleeping seeds and remnants of our past and return them to me, I shall be grateful. So I need to go out, collect oasis seeds and keepsakes. All right. Just got here and already sent to work. Well, back into the desert. So I need some bird feathers. And it sounds like the best source of bird feathers is from a Kraban. There we go. And I believe that the dead oasis is also in this direction, eventually. Though based on history, a dead oasis might be filled with, well, the dead, of course. But we will handle that problem when we get to it. For now, a few birds. Deep canyons and spirits. Pretty much what I expected. Hey. Oh, want a spar bit? There you go. Now, maybe get down here. Maybe there's an easier way down that way. Then again, maybe the opposite direction from that. Yeah, much easier. Now, Let's see if I can find these keepsakes and seeds. All the way down here. Hey, well, okay. Not someone who's very happy to see me. Okay. Let's see. Keepsakes and seeds. I have... Nope. Wretched spirits. Kurthod. Kurthod. Whatever. This appears to be one of the keepsakes that we're talking about. Oasis keepsake. I presume that there are going to be a few more of these lying around. Of course, they're all going to be guarded by frenzied spirits and the like. You can't take it, it's mine, 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 yeah. Something like that. Well, it's not mine, I have to admit that. It belongs to the elves. At least I presume it does. Who knows what's really going on? I certainly don't. Okay, here we go. Now, another keepsake. Now, are there supposed to be seeds around here? Ah! Is this a keepsake? No. It's a bird and more spirits. Spirited birds! There you go. Okay. One down. And you two down. 3 down. Ah. Okay, so what is this? Oh, now that looks like a seed. Okay, that's one of them. Are there any more about? Probably not, but I shall keep... I shall keep looking, I guess. Ah! Oops. Alright, I'll take care of you first, then the other one. And after a while, I should have a nice collection of seeds, a nice collection of keepsakes, and everything that we need. There you go. I think I have enough keepsakes and seeds. So all I need now are a few sand sifters. What am I getting for these things? Sand sifter meat. Okay. I have absolutely no idea how good the taste of sand sifter meat is. Apparently this area is also filled with Kraban, though I certainly don't need any more of them. I suppose they'll appreciate the feathers in any case. Ah! Sand sifters! There they are. Trying to get away from me. No one can escape the spear of pine leaf. Ping, ping, ping. So it looks like they are going to try to make a good go at it. I believe this is where the coffer is to receive the Kintai coffer. You leave the sand sifter meat and bird feathers inside the coffer. Okay, so now back to Thornshield. I am back from my expedition.
Thank you for helping provide some meat and feathers for us, friends.
Each of them will sustain the Kintai who tend the grove here in their own ways. the meat for food, and the feathers for fletching for arrows. Sometimes we lose sight of the need for such tasks as these, with our eyes always upon the importance of the overall charge. All right?
I have something to ask of Thorashil, but I fear it may be considered impolite. I have seen a number of elves sitting or standing at various locations around the grove, their eyes open but unaware of their surroundings.
Quite a mystery there. But we're going to have to let that one wait. So let me just finish
Leave me
here.
alone, outsider.
We will safeguard the mementos and seeds that you recovered. We may fade from the world, but there will be a memory of us in the trees. Thank you.
Is there no end to our troubles?
Well, we'll have to find that out. Is there an end to their troubles? And what is Siglet asking about? We have to find that out in the next episode of the Song of Waves and Wind.